Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Mobile Beat 2016. Hey, I'm Hal. This is Joni. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada at the big DJ show. Of course, we're talking about karaoke. This is our Q&A, KaraokeQNA channel, and we're glad you guys are watching us this morning. How's it going, Joni?
It's going good.
Yeah.
We got sleep last night. It was a wonderful night.
Yeah.
And guys, as promised, ta-da, we deliver. We haven't gotten Gaga yet, but we're working on it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
You got something better. You got Sound Choice, Phoenix Entertainment.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we've got Kurt Slep, Timo
Hernandez.
How you doing?
I'm not gonna. Yeah, hey, we don't need those. We don't need those sticky badges.
Timo's hardened up. You know,
that's good.
Hernandez.
And we've got Jim Harrington. Welcome, Jim. Glad to see you.
Good to see you.
So we've got the group from Sound Choice / PEP Entertainment, and there's a lot of things going on in the karaoke industry, as you guys know. So we wanted to bring these guys on board to talk about what they're actually doing to dispel some of the rumors that are happening in the industry. And everybody seems to know what's going on, but these guys actually know what's going on. So let's start with Kurt. What is happening at Sound Choice and all that? What's
Well, as some of our viewers possibly know, Slep Entertainment, last name Slep, was formed over 30 years ago, and Sound Choice was our brand name, but people identify just as Sound Choice, so we've always been called Sound Choice. And early last year, we brought on a new partner, Jim Harrington, and we formed Phoenix Entertainment Partners, LLC. That gave us the opportunity to expand, do different things, step outside the box a little bit from what we've traditionally been, and that's with Sound Choice Karaoke. So we are doing some things in that area. Also, many of you may know that we have done litigation to keep the company alive and to help turn the industry. So litigation has been a good bit of our focus the last year. We do have products and ways people can license and purchase, but litigation seems to help drive the sales. But we want to be known as more than that, and we want to develop other aspects of the business in the commercial karaoke market. And so Timo and Jim have been working very hard on new concepts, new ideas, and I'd really like to focus a good bit on some of the new stuff, and they're more in tune with that.
Now, when you say litigation generates sales, you're not litigating to generate sales, but you're litigating to get people to buy legitimate music.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Litigation is the last recourse. We have spent all of our 30-plus years career trying to educate. When we first got started, there was no karaoke. We called it sing-along. And as the industry has evolved, we've always done new cutting-edge technology, tried to educate people as what's good, bad, they should do, they shouldn't do, etc. And like you said, there's a lot of misinformation out there. So our first goal is education, and we do have alternatives, very cost-effective alternatives to doing karaoke, commercial karaoke, legally and and beneficial to everybody. However, there's a good number of people that think it doesn't apply to them, or they don't want to apply to them. So litigation has had to be a motivating force.
That's the key word, motivation.
Motivating force. So in areas where we motivate some through litigation, other people decide, you know what, maybe I don't want to get caught, or maybe now that I know what I should be doing, I'm going to pick up the phone, email, whatever, and I'm going to take advantage of the products that they offer. So, and unfortunately, it seems to go hand in hand. You know, we don't get a lot of sales or get the proper education, if you will, without having litigation. So, our dream goal would be no more litigation and just people coming to us and going, look, I want to do the right thing. You got great products, whatever. You're helping us in the industry. But unfortunately,
the Gem Series,
help license. But unfortunately, we're not at that point yet. So
it's an evolution. It's an evolution. You guys are not dead. You guys are not out of business. You guys are not. You've got product that you're actually offering to the Gem Series holder. I'm a Gem Series holder, and I've been offered additional new product since I've become a Gem holder. So there's still stuff out there, but it's only available to me as a holder, not to the general public. So that's one of the perks of being a certified host.
Right. You know, we're actually with the formation of Phoenix Entertainment, we're in the strongest position we've been in 4 or 5 years. So we're very optimistic, very hopeful. We do have plans for the future, including, as we keep saying, new music. But there's some, there's some
hurdles.
Hurdles, certainly. Good word. Hurdles to get there as well. But it's like, so no, we're out of business. We're optimistic for the future, and we're really focusing on bringing professionalism back to the marketplace and helping those who are really in the business, who are making this a livelihood, or it's not something they do on Friday night for free beer.
Right.
We are trying to address and deal with the professionals, and really boost the.
Okay. So in the transition from the Sound Choice to PEP, obviously you brought Jim on board, and your relationship has been a long-term relationship. So what is going on now? Where are we?
Yeah, we started with the CDG, and then I think you went digital for a brief second, and then the PEP website came up, and then you had up for like a heartbeat songs that you could download, and then I announced it on one of the forums, and then like, no, he doesn't have that. I was like, I saw it. And I go on, it's like, yeah, it's not there now.
It went up, came down.
Yeah. But, so what is PEP going to be offering? Is it going to be downloads? Is it going to be a service? Is it going to be discs? Is it going to be a digital? Is it going to be rentals?
Yeah.
Well, at this point, most of the publishers do not allow digital distribution of karaoke files for commercial use. Most of the websites, if you get to read and find
in the United States,
in the US,
in the contiguous US. We're not talking about Europe. Yeah. We're talking about the US.
We're talking about the country and territory we work in, and have to go by the publishing laws of this country.
Right.
So most do not have a digital download license that's available for commercial use. Home use, correct. And realistically, we are trying to focus on the commercial karaoke market. They have always been the primary users of our product. Of course, it's where a lot of our losses have occurred. But it's a niche market. I'm in a niche market, but there's still 30 to 40,000 potential customers that we can deal with, which is more than enough for us to provide a very solid product to move forward. So you mentioned different formats, and I don't know that we had downloads available.
No, there was like what you could buy. You had new songs in there. I saw 2 songs at least that were new, like in the current year that you could download or buy.
We were putting notices out of these are songs we would like to record, and we had a short title called Advance. We're trying to get feedback and feeling from our commercial karaoke customers, KJs, as to whether they would invest in new music, what they might want, etc. So we had a list up. But it was not a list of anything that was produced. Okay. It was trying to get feedback and interest of those songs.
Okay, that's what it was.
And so we were actually just very disappointed in the interest, because we have over 500 licensed and certified hosts. As far as get on board. I'm behind you, Sound Choice. And so if the key customers that are already our customer licensees weren't excited. On the flip side, in looking at the songs that were offered to us by the publishers, it was like, so I understand the interest was low because it just wasn't exciting.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of us KJs, and myself included, I bought I did buy from you, but I bought subscription from Pop Hits Monthly, and I bought it for 2 rigs, and I prepaid for a year, and he went out of business in like March. So I lost my money. So I think that's what KJs are really scared now, to prepay for anything, for fear that another company's going to go under.
Well, our prepayment was $30, so it was not like, and it was,
and I got refunded. When the program didn't happen, I actually bought 2 sets, and I was refunded the money, so everybody's happy.
And we have a number of people who said, I'll leave my money with you. It's my investment in you to show that I'm backing you.
Right. So maybe I don't know.
Yeah, they're the option. If they just contact me, they want their $30 back, and that's not a problem. Right. Like I said, we're more solid now than we have been in multiple years, which gives us some of the financial wherewithal to try some experiments, try some new things.
Right. So let's talk about some of the experiments. Let's kind of move down the line for just a second.
Please do.
Timo, tell us where your involvement is in all this.
Well, in addition to working for Phoenix Entertainment Partners, I run a mobile DJ company out of San Antonio, Texas, called Party210.
Good plug.
Weddings, parties, funerals, executions. We can make a party out of anything. Growth industry in Texas. And the reason I was brought on board is to work with Jim on bringing the KJ's perspective into play.
Right.
With regards to what we can do from PEP to generate new innovation. At the end of the day, that's kind of what it is, to innovate rather than litigate, and to bring more of that and get more momentum going.
Right.
And thinking critically about what KJs need, in not only stay in business but to prosper. I mean, I've been a customer of Phoenix for the past 2.5 years, and in that amount of time, we've grown to one of the top 2 karaoke companies in San Antonio. Mm-hmm. And the other guy, he's a friendly competitor. He's licensed as well. So there really is something to being licensed, and getting the spiel as happens at conferences. You have a spiel. But the biggest advantage we find is that we can promote with impunity and offer different kinds of promotions, different options for our clients and for our end users, being the singers, as to where to find karaoke, and helping the clients get the word out as to where karaoke is going to be. I mean, you see people on their phones. You don't see a lot of that in the black market, which is essentially what bootlegging puts you in. They'll put a blurb out on Facebook, maybe MySpace, I don't know, and that's about the size.
Lonely space.
Right. Yeah, lonely space.
Yeah. In addition to that, we're working on programs to provide. We're building relationships with manufacturers and equipment retailers to bring more value to the products that you need: speakers, microphone cables, substantial discounts. We're developing a national booking initiative to help KJs get shows without having to beat the bushes too much. And the other thing we're working on is more tools for promotion, of course. And it's through a project called Phoenix Prime, which is in development, but we anticipate that it should be off the ground in, 60 days?
Oh, it's going to be sooner than that. We've targeted to start enrolling new members of Phoenix Prime on March 28th, so less than 2 weeks away.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about what Phoenix Prime actually is, in the layman's terms.
Phoenix Prime is a program. It's basically an affinity program where you join with us, become a member of the program. There's an annual fee associated with that, and there are a couple of different levels of services that you get. Probably the biggest incentive to join is going to be the group discount offer that we'll have with major equipment retailers.
We're talking brands like QSC.
Yes.
Yeah, good brand.
Yes. Equipment on, but everything from top of the line speakers on down to an HDMI cable. That program is essentially by joining together, everybody together, we can get the best pricing from equipment retailers, and the retailers we're looking at least in one case, has wide coverage across the country. So one of the things that we're working toward is a program where you can go onto our website and if not place the order directly, at least see what the pricing is for particular items.
Okay.
Call a dedicated rep with this retailer, and they put the order in. You pay directly. We're not taking a cut of any of this, and you take delivery. Go pick it up at your local outlet.
Okay.
We're not quite there with that. We've got to get the volume up to be able to do that. So in the beginning, what it's going to be essentially is, if you need a piece of equipment, tell us what you need. We're going to group it together and get large orders together.
It's almost like an Amazon. It's an Amazon-ish type.
Well, being a trademark attorney, I don't exactly want to say it's Amazon Prime.
But I mean, it's a one. You go to one location, and all you've collectively done business. You've tied all these vendors in.
Right.
Just tell me you're not going to have drones and drop it on my front door
and kill my. No drones.
Okay, thank you.
At least not this year.
We don't have robot servants just yet. We hope to get there. But it's worth mentioning that if any of your viewers are with one of our certified KJs, and I'm sure you have some out there, please feel free to contact us if to get that initial order in if you're looking for some new gear. This is based on volume, and so the bigger the order, the better the more value we're going to get, the bigger the discount.
Right. Okay, so discounts on equipment, national booking service, and does the Prime Phoenix Prime include any music service or subscription?
You are going to get discounts on music, new music that we put out, or music products that we have.
Okay.
We're offering, depending on the level, between a 5 and 10% discount off of our list prices. And in most cases, those discounts are going to be stackable. So if we've got a coupon code, if you're a member of Phoenix Prime, you're going to get to take an additional discount off of that.
Okay.
So, for example, on the Gem Series, the discount for a Phoenix Prime Platinum member is going to be 10% off of our best price. We're actually running a promotion right now For the gym series, the pay in full price today is $4,250 for 6,000 songs. And so when the 10% discount off of that is going to get you the gym series as well. That's actually going to be more. That discount is more than the amount of the first annual fee.
Right.
So there are some really significant benefits doing this. But in order to get into that program, you've got to be in our licensee bank. You've got to be a certified KJ, gym series licensee, help licensee, or we are going to let people that we can verify use only original discs into that program as well, because that's a customer segment, our long-term customers that still use that technology. We do want to support those guys.
Now let's take that, and recently you guys acquired the trade dress to Chartbuster, is that correct?
That's right. In November, we bought the Chartbuster trademarks and trade dress, and that was acquired from the company that does Digitax Karaoke, which inherited all of that material from Chartbuster. We did not acquire the music, so essentially what we're doing with that is using that as an enforcement tool. We're trying very hard to keep Chartbuster from becoming freeware, as they say. And by freeware, I mean trademark rights that are unenforced by anyone. We've seen that happen with a lot of the older manufacturers, like your
Sweet Georgia Browns.
That's one in particular that is, and unfortunately, it looks like Pop Hits Monthly is going to fall into that as well. There's a lot of music out there that Chartbuster put out, as I believe in excess of 12,000 tracks, and it would be a disaster for the industry if that were allowed to fall into a status where anyone can use it for free. So we've stepped in to try to prevent that from happening, and we're going to begin enforcement of our rights in that regard fairly soon, within a matter of months.
Gotcha.
But in the interim, what we're doing is offering people who own Chartbuster original media, who bought the product and have one-to-one correspondence, the opportunity to tell us about that, to get permission to use it in a media shifted format. In other words, from the original media onto a hard drive. There are other ways to do it, but mostly hard drives. And that, by registering with us, there's a nominal fee that has to be paid for that. You're going to get the permission that's necessary to do that, to play from media shifted, play media shifted tracks from non-original media. That program costs, for most systems, it's going to cost $50 per system. If you have prior Chartbuster certifications, if they're expired, you get a 50% discount on the registration fee for that system. If they're not expired,
and that's a lifetime, or is that a?
It's a one-time fee. You pay that one time, and
who cannot afford that?
Exactly.
Who cannot afford that?
Well, and I think it's a good way to ensure not only that you're following the rules for using that material in a media shifted format, but also supporting the concept of preventing this from falling into freeware. Because this is a program that we're using to identify the people that are legit, so that we can more easily go after the people who aren't legit.
That makes sense. But I have a question. If you say 2 years down the road you decide to sell off the rights for the Chartbuster to another company, do we now have to pay company C the rights to use that song that we already bought 20 years ago?
My opinion on that, as the lawyer for the company, and take that for what it's worth, when we issue that covenant not to sue, it's binding. So even if we sell the trademarks later on, that covenant not to sue is going to have to go with us.
It follows. It follows
so
to the new owner.
It truly is a permanent thing. No matter what happens with us, no matter how that follow, the track of Chartbuster goes from here on out.
Not that that's going to happen.
But to alleviate concerns, we have no intention of
come up.
Reselling anything. We will not be releasing any new music under the Chartbuster brand.
Well, that's not strictly true. We actually are.
Very limited.
Yeah, we are issuing some limited releases, primarily of older material. We're going to focus on children's songs because it's sort of an underserved market in karaoke, and we think that's a good match for that brand.
Okay.
So
that's great. That's awesome. We actually have some questions that we kind of want to throw out there.
Yeah. So everyone's wondering if you guys are still actively pursuing lawsuits with either venues, KJs, or companies or cities, or.
I actually filed a new lawsuit in Dallas on Friday. So there are around 5 defendants, all related in their operations. We are vigorously pursuing litigation all over the country. We're actively looking for new counsel in areas where we haven't participated. We've got investigators that are out right now doing investigations. In fact, pretty much every night of the year, we've got an investigator somewhere in the U.S. watching a karaoke show, taking notes, taking photos, and 99% of the time you'll never know they're there.
Right. Contrary to popular belief. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have a problem in your area with a lot of illegal people taking jobs from you,
or if you suppose they're illegal, without being judgmental.
We do, of course, have a report piracy link. It's set on our website. It can be totally anonymous. We just kind of need to know which rocks to look under, oftentimes.
Yeah.
But obviously, we prefer that anybody who has not been operating, on the total up and up, contact us first. We won't ask questions. If you come to us before we find you, we would treat you like anybody else, like a brand new customer. We're very happy with you. And actually, even after we do litigation, even after we do litigation, some of our best supporters are people that we settle with, litigated with, because they find that, wow, they got rid of all my unfair competition, and they've built their business, and they in turn give back to us feedback and customer feedback, and many have then further licensed or bought additional systems and sets. So they've gone from 2 shows hiding in the dark to 3 or 4 shows a night, 7 days a week with multiple systems.
Yes.
So
I find it's easier to be on the good side of the industry as opposed to being on the bad side.
And from a psychological standpoint, I know a lot of people, think I'm, devil spawn and just horrible. But I can tell you a number of our ex-defendants.
Hits, man.
That's right.
I've never seen him throw up green
pea soup.
Yeah, no pea soup.
A number of our defendants are, they'll call us up, they'll help us out. It's like, I did wrong, but you treated me with respect. You were very, very fair. You've helped my business grow, and so it's like, you're a really good guy, and your company takes a really good approach. Right. So I want everybody to know that people who have pirated and stolen from us, we consider thieves. People who have spent money, reparations or whatever, they're customers, and obviously we treat customers, whether they're an ex-defendant, once you've settled with us and you're making your payments, you're a customer. We forget.
Life moves forward.
Yeah, life moves forward, and we forget about that. Yeah. So we will do everything in our power, legally, et cetera, to help you grow your business, and obviously we would like to have that support in return.
Sure.
And again, you can come to us, you can, confess, look, I haven't done everything right, et cetera, but I want to do it right. We go, you're not on our list, good. You get the best deal possible, you get whatever best deal we have out there. You don't have to you might feel comfortable saying, I'm just thinking about getting in the business. That's a euphemism for, I've been doing this a long time, but I don't want to get caught. But don't worry about it. If we have not filed suit against you, check.
So we didn't know you were there.
That's right. So you don't have to hide, slink around, etc. We want you to do it the right way. You will have our support, which is why we're trying to develop these other programs.
Right.
We want to build professionalism into the marketplace. Sure, some people out there just shouldn't be doing karaoke. It's bad for the venue. It's bad for the industry as a whole. It's a bad name. It's kind of like having a drunk Uber driver. I mean, Uber would cut them off, and
you guys are trying to be good stewards in the karaoke industry.
Absolutely.
And you're wanting to be in business together with the consumer.
Yeah.
You're not being adversarial.
And to make the KJ less of a bottom feeder and actually give us some status for a change.
Right.
Which is awesome.
I've been doing this 31 years now. I've been holding a lot of the hosts out there now. 31 years in the same industry. And, people also ask, is karaoke going away?
No.
Well, the sales and profitability of karaoke has been damaged, but the interest is still just as high as ever.
Right.
So we're trying to rebuild it so everybody in the value chain gets proper value.
Right.
However, you know, I think this is a mainstay around the world now, and it's not going to go away.
Yeah.
We just need to have the cooperation of everybody, from the publishers on down, and songwriters, to, you know, help show that it's a legitimate business. The people involved here could and should be legitimate, and, you know, build that professionalism all the way across the board.
Okay, so not everybody is in this business as long as we've been in business, and even as long as I've been in, I didn't know what a gem series was because I have old discs, and then I've been buying stuff from Karaoke Cloud. So what is a gem series?
Well, if anybody knows much about Sound Choice, we've always kind of given names to our product categories. We had the foundations. We're the first ones to innovate that. Foundation basics is like building a foundation of a house. It's the core set of songs that you really need. Then we added on with, well, what do you put on top of a foundation? You put bricks. So bricks and foundations.
And then the mortars.
and mortar to fill in between. Now, that was your optional to pick and choose discs with a volume discount. So the new series, we want to convey value, and of course, jewelry, gems, etc. always have value to most people. So we start with the diamond, emerald, sapphires. Those are songs that were pre-existing in the library, relicensed and repurposed in MP3 plus G format. So you no longer have to rip, you know, from a CDG, time-consuming process into your computer. It's already in the format that most karaoke hosts are using with all of the various software programs. So a diamond is 3,000 songs. Emeralds, we have 2 sets of those, 600 songs each. And then the sapphires are more, they're like 200 songs, but they're like specific pop, rock, country, etc. So altogether 6,000 total songs. There's 30 songs on a disc, and this is a licensed product. Previously, when you purchased a CDG, you owned the disc. You never, ever owned the intellectual property. People think, oh, I got the music, I can do what I want with it. Wrong. So the Gem series really, with having a license, spells out all of your rights, which are basically the same as CDG. It's just enumerated so everyone understands. So, except in this case, Phoenix Entertainment continually owns the plastic material, the disc, the medium. We explain what your rights are in that license. The first license period is 5 years. Thereafter, the renewal is $99 for 3 years. So $33 a year after the first 5 years. I mean, it's inconsequential. However, it's already in the MP3G format, the highest quality possible, 320 kilobits per second on the sound quality. And it's basically a big expansion of the bricks and foundations, best of the best. And very often, a host just getting into the business has these 6,000 songs, and they find out it's all they need. It covers.
That's right. Yeah, I have that. I have 2 sets of the gems, getting ready to get a 3rd set, and it's a perfect setup, you know. And then there's maybe a couple things around it. Now, talking a little further past the Gem series, I got an email several months ago about some additional discs that were going to be made available to me through the Gem series program, and some of the music on those discs was Eagles tracks. So, and we know how the Eagles tracks have floated around the internet, and the old notorious Sound Choice disc 8125 that gets sold for ridiculous prices on eBay and all that. So now I'm able to get that from you. Now it's not 8125, but it is the music from. Is it the original creations?
Yeah, it's the same songs.
Exactly. Okay.
So these were called bonus discs. They were licensed, produced, etc. at the same time as all the original set. We held them back in concept of a 5-year anniversary. It's been 5 years since we first released the Gem series.
Right.
So the bonus discs are only available to Gem disc licensees. Right. So a very limited set. And we have a limited quantity left. So those Gem licensees all go, hey, cool, there's really good music on here. So it was really, we call it bonus because it's kind of like a reward renewal for licensees. But so there is a limited number of these discs that produce licensed, and once they're gone, they're gone.
Right.
So you know, we do have another. It could be the next question. A HELP license. That stands for Hassle-Free Easy Licensing Program, and because of the level of piracy, we have not been able to, we didn't maintain all of our publishing licenses because we had to pay so much up front all the time and we couldn't sell the product. So when those licenses lapsed, we quit producing old CDG discs. So those we have no more in our warehouse, etc. And while you can buy some of these on the used market, eBay and Amazon, etc., the prices I see are higher than what we sold originally. Because many people think, I got to have the disc to be in value or to be avoid being sued. So because we cannot offer discs anymore for those, this license allows them, it's specific to particular tracks, just the original red and white logo series tracks. And if you want to add more specific.
Sure, yeah. The help license is designed to get your system legitimate for those red logo tracks that, for whatever reason, no matter where you got them, whether you have a disc for them or not, you're still going to be able to use those in a commercial karaoke show. It essentially eliminates the one-to-one correspondence requirement. And we have participating music publishers in that program, so not only is it a license from us, which would be required in any case, it also offers pass-through licensing and legitimacy from the participating music publishers. So they get a piece of the revenue that comes in from that program.
Okay. So the artist actually ends up getting paid.
Yes.
Absolutely. And so one of the reasons why we wanted to do that program is because it has become so difficult to get the original discs, and we know that people want to use this material. We know they're going to use this material regardless in most cases. So rather than forcing us to go out and sue everybody that's using it, here's an opportunity for you to pay something and get legit and have the use of this great product. And it is a great product. Now, you do have to meet some minimum requirements. You've got to, your tracks have to be of sufficient quality, because quality is very important to us. And so if you're running tracks, sound choice, or copies of sound choice tracks that barely qualify as music because the bit rate is so low, that's not going to work. We do require a minimum bit rate, and we do require that you be a professional karaoke operator. You can't, if we find out that the services you're offering are substandard, in one way, that problem tends to take care of itself. Those guys,
you're helping
you. You don't want to spend that stuff anyway. It's it's garbage.
Yeah.
But
all the pixelated videos and things like that.
But in terms of maintaining that high level of sound choice quality, that's very important to us. It's something that we do monitor because we have to do that. That's part of what keeps our trademark rights.
Okay.
But being a help licensee, or being a gem licensee, or being a certified KJ, or even to the extent we're talking about being a Chartbuster registered KJ for Chartbuster materials, all of that gets you into our online directory. We're in the process of programming is going on right now of having a vastly expanded directory of our licensees, so that people can go to our site and see that XKJ really does have the licenses, because there it is on our site. Everybody's license numbers will be listed, so you can see that. But you'll also be able to use that as a marketing tool.
Yeah.
You'll be able to. We're working on basically a database, a show database, so that if you're one of our licensees, you can put your weekly shows onto our website. So when people want to know where to sing tonight, that's going to be another resource for where they can find it.
And that's good too, because you guys know the first top of the line that anyone asks for when they come to your show from out of town. Do you have this? I want to sing it in sound choice. If you don't have sound choice, I'll sing something else. And they do. So and if they're sound choice freaks, that most of them are, they're going to go to that website and say, who is a karaoke DJ that has sound choice?
Right. Also, you mentioned the litigation, and I came back with the education. Through education and litigation, many of the venues, especially in areas we're doing litigation, are going, I'm not hiring you unless you become a certified host, or you have that. So it is a definite, distinct marketing tool when you're a licensed host, especially sound choice.
The venues that care.
The venues that care.
Yeah.
And for the most part, often the venues that care are the ones that recognize the value of a good quality host, and so it adds on to their business. Right. And those are the guys that pay more and appreciate professionals, not the fly-by-night kid doing it for beer, beer tap. But so to get the plum, if you will, shows, they're looking for that information. So, and let me add one of the most important things. We have various promotions, like tonight, the Bowl Week promotion, $119 a month. If you cannot afford $119 a month to have legitimate licensing music, etc., you just shouldn't be in the business. I mean, there should be a level. You can't be an Uber driver and driving a 1920 beat up, rust bucket. I mean, they have certain requirements to become an Uber driver, if that's the way you want to make your extra money.
Cloud services cost you roughly about $100 a month, and if you've got downloaded music that wherever it came from, you can now legitimately use that music without any blowback for $119 a month.
Yes. So it's like for us, it's like crazy that somebody who's going to be in the business and benefiting financially from it can't afford it or wouldn't want to, right? Because ultimately, we're trying to build, as I said, value back into every level of the value chain. When that money, the participating publishers, they see more money coming in, and to be honest with you, we have paid more in royalties this last year than we have in years and years through these new licensing programs. So the publishers started to see, wow, sales weren't happening for these guys. That's why they get royalties. But they found a way to put money back in our pocket, and so some of them are coming going, you know what? We're going to work with you with some innovative ways.
If you get Gaga, we're having a threesome. That didn't. I was going to say a threesome. I didn't mean it that way. We were going to have another interview.
My wife might be listening.
If she can, hey, you might get her attention. I don't know.
But again, professionalism and value and profitability all up and down the chain. Everyone's going to benefit, we believe.
Yeah. So another question I had for you. I have a few discs that are locked, and they have this little symbol that looks like a snowman with a point. Yes, and I don't bring a CD player to my show anymore. So how do I get that music off of there?
Well, probably the best thing is to contact us.
They probably know how to do this. I'm just
It used to be that was the Media Cloak was a program Sony introduced a long time ago. I think for their anti-piracy on regular disc products.
Right.
And we adopted that, and it turned out it kept people from ripping it like they used to. It was okay, except it played on almost everything except the Pioneer players. Well, funny enough, all of a sudden every KJ claimed they had a Pioneer player. Wasn't true, but anyway, we removed the Media Cloak. But if I recall right, if you set up track sector by sector ripping, it could be done, as opposed to just sticking it in and rip the whole disc. But maybe the best thing, there may be some of our dealers that have some discs available, so maybe have somebody contact us. We'll see what discs they have. Maybe we can help them out with that.
Okay.
But
because I have a handful, like maybe 5.
Well, and I think if anyone who happens to be in that particular situation where you've got material that you can't use, what I'd encourage them to do is go on our website. They look for customer care, contact us. The customer care, the website, by the way, is PEP.Rocks. So
ROCKS?
ROCKS.
yeah, so Phoenix Entertainment Partners, PEP.Rocks.
Okay.
So we just
or soundchoice.com will also get you.
Yeah, it sounds like most people, if they've been in business, know soundchoice.com.
Right.
Soundchoice.
But if you look under contact us, there'll be an email address from customer care. Send us an email, explain the problem you're having. We will find a solution for you.
Okay, so what is the future of karaoke?
Well, I think I'm optimistic. I think we're out of the darkest days. I mean, a lot of companies that never licensed have kind of disappeared. Some of the unauthorized channels of distribution are going away. We now are feeling more optimistic that if we put new music out, that we can sell enough to make our money back. That's why we discontinued it. It was like, why would we just put free music in the pirates' pockets? There's just no point in it.
Right.
So it was, quite frankly, more advantageous and financially rewarding for us to put rather money into music, money into litigation. The return was a lot higher. But we recognize the importance and support to our customers of doing some new music. It involves all the way down, from top down, working with the publishers, making them feel optimistic as well, and coming up with solutions. So I really think that if we have the cooperation of our customers that we're trying to help, and they get on board with us, together we can rebuild all this. If it's a me, I'm just worried about me, that's not going to work, because whole industries, the automakers, etc., as competitive as they are, they still work on computer manufacturers. They all have some standards to meet so that they can, quote, talk to each other, equipment works together, etc. So we have to work together. And I think together, if they support us, we say, hey, you know, we have this, if you're in the business and you can't find discs and you don't want to buy them, whatever, sign up for the help license. You know, that revenue coming in with participating publishers, they get the money, they're going, oh, you know what? Maybe Lady Gaga will be willing to do,
if she sees
and I'm not picking on her. I'm just you brought it up. You brought it up.
I am, but I have a whole different. That's for another podcast.
Another story, yeah.
But so as professional, and we all work together to build professionalism and the value chain, and that brings us up to professional karaoke hosts and working with us with what we have our direct services.
Right, and direct services is yet another aspect of what we're doing as part of our effort to professionalize the industry, or more specifically to elevate professionals within the industry. In conjunction with Phoenix Prime, but also of our own accord, we are working to develop a program where we are doing both national and local booking. We're booking shows directly. The venues will do business with us, with Phoenix Entertainment Partners. We're going to focus on the major chains in particular to become preferred providers, because we think they'll see the value in having one company that manages their karaoke entertainment in particular. And we may even expand that into other areas of pub-type entertainment, like trivia, DJ work, and games. But again, focusing on karaoke, direct services is designed to target venues that are going to be high-paying venues for the industry, and to provide them with a case for using our services directly. And the way that trickles down to the KJs, particularly the people that are signed up for Phoenix Prime, is when we have gigs that we need to fill, the list that we go to is the list of qualified people on our Phoenix Prime membership.
Right.
So it's a way for us to get gigs for the people that are doing business the right way, to put money in their pocket, and we'll profit from it as well. But the main focus is to have a larger entity become bigger, so that we gain efficiencies, and so that we have the ability to improve the flow of money out of the venues down to the professional KJs that are operating.
Right.
That's one way that we see of defeating the guys that are doing this for $50 in a bar tab every night. I mean, those guys, can become professionals, but they're going to have to put in the time and the effort and the work, and they're going to have to spend a little bit of money to get into our program.
Yeah. So if you wanted to join the Phoenix Prime, and you're a half-assed KJ. Half-assed, I mean, not necessarily legit or legit,
you're gray market.
But you're just not a good DJ. But say they have their license for all of the products, would they go on your list, and would you
they
book
can become a member of Phoenix Prime? Yes, absolutely. One of the things that we're going to be doing through Phoenix Prime is offering training to people. It'll be things like workshops and podcasts, and
online seminars.
Online seminars. Okay.
So there's a lot of meat in this.
So for example, like let's say you've got a great personality, you're great at hosting karaoke, but you know nothing about how to set up sound.
Right.
So one of the things we're going to have are sort of classes, so to speak, on what are the characteristics of setting up sound for a karaoke show at a bar? How do you deal with certain things? And that's sort of a long-term development, and we're going to be drawing on the people that are really good at that type of thing. And so, one of the big things lately in just talking about Uber, for example, it's about the sharing economy. And in some ways, the sharing economy has been very bad for us because people share products that they didn't have the right to share.
Right.
But one of the ways we can turn that on its head is, okay, now we've got this group of really great people that know what they're doing, and altogether just a tremendous amount of institutional knowledge about how to run a great karaoke show. By pooling that knowledge base and spreading it around to a larger number of people who are part of this select group, then we have a real juggernaut for the industry.
Right.
It becomes something that people are going to look for as not only as a marketing tool, but they know that when they hire us to provide karaoke through these Phoenix Prime members, they're going to get a great show. They're going to have a great experience for people who know exactly what they're doing.
So is there going to be like I hate to use the word certification because not in that respect, but is there a like class that somebody will pass the test of, personality, sound, and you go, okay, this person is completely top of the, top notch, knows what they're doing, been in the industry forever, and I'm probably not making myself clear.
Right away, if they've taken the time to do the right thing and gotten legitimate. That level of professionalism that demonstrates, the incentive to become a part of what we're trying to create, which at the end of the day is kind of an industry spec, which is part of the reason why we're developing a program to get the discounted gear, because we want people to have quality gear, stuff that's going to last long, stuff that's going to, sound great. QSC, JBL, Electro Voice, those are the brands that we're looking at. And at the end of the day, I think it's something that can be developed with our base. I mean, it all starts with getting legit and being legit. And if you've taken the time to do that,
you begin
it shows that you're applying
to
yourself,
care about your business.
Yeah. Right.
You truly begin to care.
And you're investing in your business, which is that's an industry spec. I mean, if most people that are in this business, and the majority of the bootleggers, if they saw Kurt Slep on the street, they would spin on their heel and walk the other way. And I can't think of any other business, any other industry, where you would do that, where you would see, an industry leader, a guy who's created, a product that is 80% of the market share, and if you'd see that the creator of that, you'd walk the other way. No, the other industry, you'd come up and you'd shake his hand, and you'd get some, hopefully get a
selfie.
You're making money on.
And that does happen.
Hey, I'm making money with your product, and thank you. But that's not the case right now.
On the direct services, one thing that we have the music, and we have hopefully the buying power for some of the equipment. So the concept is we would outfit a direct services. I mean, it's our show. They're our employee for that show. So the bulk of the cost, of course, is equipment and the music. So we provide that. Hopefully, if we get the cherry-picked venues, etc., the amount of money that they would make per night is equal to or more than they're making with all their overhead.
Oh yeah.
So
Absolutely.
their bottom line improves.
Absolutely.
And it'd be a situation where maybe 4 nights a week they're running their current business, and the 5th night with our equipment they're working for us. So the 5th night is money in their pocket, more than they had for any other show, at almost no cost. But we wanted, the best of the best, somebody with a good following, somebody very professional, etc. So now we've brought them the show. We brought but now we also have another revenue stream to help pay our own music that we had. But again, it's all about being able to share information. I know, for many people, a contest is anathema. Oh, don't I? But some people do it very successfully. There's something they do that works that, in New York that didn't work for the guy in California. And if we can share those tricks of the trade,
that's all part of the learning process.
It's all part of the learning process.
Yeah.
It's like coming to Mobile Beat. That's why we're all at Mobile Beat, hanging out with each other and learn things and share things and provide a lot of information back and forth. We wanted to bring these guys on board because there's a lot of stuff going on out there. Any more questions? We're about time to wrap this up.
We did the future of that. Oh, the Phoenix Prime. So if you remember Phoenix Prime, are we going to be called like primates or something? Is there a term?
Don't give any ideas.
Yeah.
More Optimus Primes.
Optimus Primes.
There you go.
Because I'm just kind of thinking maybe something. Seriously, if you thought about it, if you guys think about it, if the good KJs of the world unite. And say you know, down the road, I see like a trade, not a trade show, but like a seminar wherever everyone comes in, we go through classes, and you know, we're going to be like the elites. Like, oh, he's a primate. I'm using primate. Don't use that.
Prime time players.
Something, yeah. She's a KJ, but she's a prime timer or something. You know what I mean? Like,
we'll have to focus group that.
We'll focus group that. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
But no, you know what, guys? Thank you so much for coming. I want to thank
thanks for having us.
Timo, Jim, Jody, and I want to thank you guys for watching our show. KaraokeQNA. Check us out online. We're going to be posting their websites and their contact information.
I mean, you have a link from your site to ours, because
we'll
we're providing some good educational benefit. And I said we're hopefully first about education, and you know, an educated host is going to want our product.
Absolutely.
And so it starts with that.
And we'll be posting all this. We'll be doing updates and letting you know when Prime comes online. So we'll all be primetime players or
primates, you know.
But you know, guys, thanks for watching the show. Thank you for hanging out with us. Check out our future shows, and again, we'll thank these guys for coming out, giving us some of their time. We're out here at Mobile Beat, Las Vegas, Nevada, after Tropicana 2016. You got to be here. If you're not here this year, obviously, if you're watching this, you weren't here this year, but make plans to come out next year. Guys, have a great day.
Let me tell you.
Yes.
Las Vegas in March is much better than Mobile Beat Las Vegas in February. So,
it really is.
Bathing suits, swimming pools are open.
Yes, very nice.
It's a good idea. So if you have any questions, email us at karaokeqna@gmail.com. If you have any hate mail, email Kurt.
It won't go to me anyway, but
yeah.
we thank you guys for
thanks for watching our show, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you later.
Bye bye.